She doesn't want you anymore. Even if she does want you, I'm telling you, she can't have you and you can't have her because I'm not going to allow it. And if there is contact with her, you're going to be looking at 10 years in the prison. All right, the court is calling 2017 CR 8433W, State of Texas versus Adriana Harrison. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Catherine Pollard for the state.
For the defense?
Cornelia Scott.
And are you Ms. Harrison?
No.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Adriana Kiana Harrison who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2017 CR 8433W for the offense of forgery of a financial instrument on September 18, 2017 for a period of 4 years and extended for a period of 1 year? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
But it's violation of condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Adriana Kiana Harrison, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of July through September 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State?
Judge, we would waive the remaining violations.
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
Judge, the agreement is to revoke and sentence to 4 days Bexar County Jail under section 1244.
All right, is that the agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement, Ms. Harrison?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will find you guilty. As previously stated, the court is finding violation of number 5 true. The court will grant the motion, sentence you to 4 days in the Bexar County Jail under 12.44. Give you credit for any time served, and the court will show that the judgment is satisfied. Next, the court is going to call 2022 CR 10906W. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Catherine Pollard.
Defense?
Cornelia Scott.
And are you Ms. Harrison?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with continuance of violence against family? That's a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,500 fine probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, the BIPP course, and you received judgment sat in 2017 CR 8433W. Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There be 200 hours community service restitution and no contact with Taquidra, Taquiedra Evans. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Judge, we would offer what's been marked as State's Exhibit 1.
No objection.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
If you're finding this story captivating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more gripping true crime content. Your support means a lot. Thank you.
All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication or proceeding with sentencing.
Oh, we would like to.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just, we ask the court to consider and approve the the agreement in this case. The only kind of not necessarily issue or request that we're just making, instead of having a no contact order, we would our preference would be a no harmful or injurious contact with the witness.
All right. So it appears to me that your relationship with Miss Evans is over. It's concluded. You're not going to have any contact with her. I'm not going to allow that, because anytime somebody needs a court to tell you not to be harmful or injurious in a relationship, you don't need to be in that relationship.
Yes.
So I'm going to explain to you as best I can. She doesn't want you anymore. Even if she does want you, I'm telling you, she can't have you and you can't have her, because I'm not going to allow it.
Mhm.
And if there is contact with her, you're going to be looking at 10 years in the prison.
Mhm.
And I want to stress this, and I want this for you to internalize it. This probation, if I give it to you, it's a contract with the court. It's not a contract with the state. It's not a contract with your attorney.
Mhm.
So if you all come in and decide, oh, she violated her probation, we're coming up to an agreement, I don't have to follow that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So do you understand that your relationship with her is over?
Yes, ma'am.
Do y'all have children together?
Yes, ma'am. But yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
No, no, ma'am.
All right. So there's no need to be in contact with her. Do y'all have a home together?
Yes, but I don't stay there. I'm moving.
No, I mean,
No.
are you on the lease?
No.
Are you all married?
No.
All right. So you don't have a relationship with her. There's no reason for you to be in a relationship with her. How old are you?
27.
All right. So you old enough to know that there are other people out there in the universe. And I'm sure that you've been alive longer than you have known her. So the relationship is done. It's over.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand what I mean when I say it's over?
Yes, ma'am.
And when I tell you, you have no contact with her, that means you're not to call her. You're not to send her flowers. The holidays are coming up. You're not to send her a just because card. You're not to send her thinking of you cards. You're not to send her a happy Thanksgiving card. It is as if you do not know her. If you see her walking on the side of the street, or even think you see her walking on the side of the street, you better go in the other
Yes,
direction.
ma'am.
If you see her at the store and you think that's her, you better go in another direction.
Yes, ma'am.
You know how some people do that thing where they're driving through Starbucks or somewhere and they do a pay it forward? If you see her behind you in a car and you're going through a drive-in and you say, you know what? I want to pay the person behind me's meal. Don't do it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by no contact.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. There's a $1,500 fine. That's to be probated. 5 years deferred adjudication, finding of family violence, the BIPP course. Are you employed?
I was until I got on full house arrest.
All right. And there's a reason why you're on full house arrest. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Parenting classes, once you complete those parenting classes, then the remaining of those hours will be waived. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with Takirda. I know I'm saying the name different each time. I don't know if all these vowels are supposed to be pronounced or not, but it's Taquiedra Evans. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular UA. If you're tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
There's going to be field visits 2 times per month until further notice. State, with regards to the GPS, are you okay to begin with tracking, but with the curfew?
Yes, Judge.
But I don't think there was a GPS on. Maybe I missed that. Continued GPS. She's been on GPS already. So.
Yeah, and since she's been on GPS, we haven't had any problems with her and Miss Evans.
Correct. No problem.
So, yeah, so we're going to do tracking, but I'm going to do a curfew. And your curfew is from 7 a.m. So she can leave the house at 7 a.m., but she needs to be back in the house by 7 p.m. If you have, yes, if you have employment, then the court will consider increasing curfew with employment.
So it wouldn't be, we'd have to come back to court. If, say that if the job wants to work till 8 o'clock, then we have to come back to court to get.
Oh, no, she has to give proof to probation of her work schedule. And probation, she's to be on GPS tracking for 3 months. We'll see how that works out. If there's no problem and somebody wants it removed, then the court will consider it at that point.
We waive the fee. Well, the fees were waived. Will we continue?
Yes. All right. Is there anything else?
Mhm.
All right. Good luck to you. We can go off the record. Do you know what I mean when I say no contact?
Yes, ma'am.
Do I need to express that anymore?
No, ma'am.
All right. And that means no social media either.
Mhm.
No social media. I love you. You know, and no contact through third parties.
Yes, ma'am.
If that happens, we're not going to have a conversation. A motion to revoke is going to be presented to me. And if it's in proper order, I'm going to sign it. And we're going to either hear those allegations with you behind bars brought over, or either you're on bond. And then at that point, if it's proven to be true, you may end up going to prison for 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And so from here on out, anything you do, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could potentially get me sentenced to prison for 10 years? And if you have a question of maybe it will, maybe it won't, you probably shouldn't do it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
If you're still with us, make sure to like and subscribe to keep up with more shocking true crime stories. Your support helps us bring these stories to light. Don't miss out on what's next.
All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 9045W and 2022 CR 10906W. State of Texas versus Adriana Harrison. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Anna Joey Nelson for the state.
Denny Callahan, defense.
Are you Miss Harrison?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We were here previously and the court informed both parties that I would not be accepting the plea bargain agreement. It's the court's understanding that you all have reached a new agreement. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We're going to proceed first in cause number 2023 CR 9045W. Counsel, have you received all the discovery in that case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, you're to be sentenced to 5 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications. The state will take in consideration 2023 CR 10983. Is it everyone's intention that this case, if I follow the agreement, is to run concurrent with the probation case?
Yes, yes,
Right.
Your Honor.
And then it will be concurrent with cause number 2022 CR 10906W. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes.
All right. Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no
No
contest?
contest.
State any evidence?
State offer states exhibit 1 with attachments.
Any objections?
No
Oh,
objection.
sorry, Judge. No objections.
No. You're offering states exhibits 1 and attachments?
Yes, Judge. It's been a long day.
No problem. Any
No
objections?
objection,
All
Your Honor.
right. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Pursuant to our agreement, Your Honor, Ms. Harrison has a right to ask you to bend the plea agreement and give her, or rather reinstate her probation. And that support thereof in the PSI, it shows that they say she didn't have a mental health or didn't take mental health treatment because she attempted suicide, but she did. I want to make that correction. In her hand are 2 completions of self-rehabilitative efforts in the jail of family violence. But she has a right to asked that outside of the agreement of
Yes.
5 years. I asked the court to follow the agreement, but perhaps to consider taking both cases and putting her back on probation. Lastly, her mother's here in court and supports you. That's a good sign. Because of her past, she still has not thrown in the towel for her daughter. Do you want to talk to the judge?
Yes, sir.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Adriana Harrison.
All right, defense.
May she make a narrative statement, Your Honor?
State, do you have any objections to the narrative?
No objection.
All right.
I just want to say I apologize for my action. I just want to say I apologize for my action on my behalf with my daughter. I owe her a deep apology for acting the way I acted. And let's just say sorry to you for ending backing up in front of you, Judge. And for you to please give me another chance.
All right, what's your daughter's name?
Ariana.
Okay.
I don't. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, anything from the state?
No, Judge.
All right. You want to explain that to me?
I'm trying to get my daughter back.
No, why do you have a knife in your hand?
Can't explain this.
And how old is your daughter?
She just turned 2.
All right, so do you realize that your daughter remembers you with a knife in your hand?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to work on your anger issues because this isn't the first time that you've been to this court for anger issues. And I know your mom says, well, would probably say, oh, she needs help with her mental health or she needs help with her drug issues. That's what I was giving you when you were on probation for that. And you didn't take advantage of it. You just doing whatever you want to do. So I don't know where your anger issues stem from, but you need to get those under control because otherwise, you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to end up being a habitual. You know what that means in Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
That means if you pick up another felony, depending on the type of felony, your minimum is 25 years in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
And then if you go to prison for 25 years, when you come out, your child will be an adult. Hopefully your child will not be before a judge with a defense attorney saying, oh, my mom pulled out a knife when I was 2 years old and I was there to witness it and she was being violent to her girlfriend and she went to prison. So I didn't have anybody to raise me. That's what's called the cycle. And that's what ends up happening when you do these things.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 5 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's going to be an affirmative finding of family violence. Take in consideration 2023 CR 10983. This will run concurrent with 2022 CR 1090W. There's to be no contact with Diamond, DYAMOND Jones, Dylan Angeles, DYLANANGELES, and there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Could you pass that, please? Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because it's a felony conviction and an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we're going to move on to 2022 CR 10906W. I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Adriana Kisna Harrison, who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 10906W for the offense of continuous violence against family on November 5th, 2022 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 1, on or about the 6th day of September 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Adriana Kisna Harrison, committed the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
The state waives and abandons all remaining alleged violations.
Any objections?
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Your Honor, we would ask that you revoke probation at this time, that the defendant be sentenced to 5 years in TDC, and that it run concurrent with her other aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which you just sentenced.
All right, is that the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, as pursuant to the agreement, she's permitted to ask you to ignore it and put her back on probation, nothing further.
All right. Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then the court will follow your agreement. The court will grant the motion, find you guilty, revoke, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with, I think it's Taquidra, Taquuiedra Evans. There should be no unsupervised contact with minors. And I'm sorry, what was the cause number for the other case? Does anybody know offhand?
The one,
Yes.
2023 CR 9045W.
And it's to run concurrent with 2023 CR 9045W. We can go off the record. You're going to have to do better. And obviously, you should not be in any relationship with anyone until you get your life together. And you should not be in a child's life until you get your life together, because children learn by what they see and what they hear. When you see a child who's using profanity and they're young, they didn't just like all of a sudden start using profanity. The people around them use profanity. And when you have a child who sees violence in their life, they start thinking that's the way you solve problems, by using violence. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
This courtroom wasn't just a place for punishment. It became a turning point, or at least a chance at one. But with so many lines crossed, it's fair to ask, can someone really change when the system and the people around them start to lose faith? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for joining us in uncovering the chilling details of this case. If this story has left you disturbed or reflective, please share your thoughts and reflections. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay with us as we continue to explore the stories that reveal the darkest sides of human behavior. Together, we keep these lessons alive, ensuring the voices of victims are never forgotten. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe or follow.